Oh, oh. So this is a fun little development. Um, we're live. Hi, everybody. You can
Hello.
certainly hear me. Uh, you're seeing a frozen screen of my cam link, which is just so fun. I love
When we
it
get the music to
so
work, something
much.
else breaks.
Yeah, yeah. So every now and then, like I don't know what actually does it, but it just kind of freezes. Uh, that's not great. I don't like that too much. But
I
hey,
think it's better lore if you're just frozen in real time.
yes, yes, almost certainly. So good to see you. Good to see everybody. Folks, if you are indeed here, please do make sure you sound off in the chat. If you're noticing something a little bit different about our setups today, I mean, Kevin visited about time,
Hmm.
but he visited 1 week too late in that he is here in the past.
I took Mike's room with me.
Yeah, I guess I'm not home right now, and he's somehow in my house. Back when my room used to look like that.
We're in two separate corners of the room. Lights turned off in one.
That must be it. It's a very dark corner that I operate out of a very dark corner right now.
We actually put Mike in the closet this time.
It's about time. Kevin, how's your week?
Phenomenal.
Oh,
Not really, but
you
I heard
moved,
that
dude.
if you say it loud enough and frequent enough, you'll believe it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I mean, clearly you have an upgraded setup that you've had for a while, but
Yes.
we're at least here now.
Yes. I mean, this has been here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't used it.
Right.
You know how we do.
It's weird because like now I'm so much further away from where I used to be that like I could be green screened right now and the audience wouldn't know. This could just be really good green screening.
Just like how in the background your on air sign says no Ria.
No, not a single Rhea. Not
No Ria.
allowed. Wow, yeah, that's actually that's terrifying. I think I'm going to fix that. Here we go. Let's go like
Right
that.
now.
Does that actually help? Hmm.
Just turn the letters backwards on the sign.
It I think it helps, but now I realize just how tilted this camera is. It's like that's hold
The,
on, let me fix you. Let me
the
give
camera's
everybody a
tilt
hug.
is tilting the mic.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just give everybody a nice little hug there. There we go. A one-armed hug. Good to
Oh
see you
yeah,
folks.
it is tilted.
All right.
It's tilted.
Yeah. Still just
Hold
tilted.
on, should I break the fourth wall too?
No, don't. You can't. Ah! Whoa!
This was a lie.
Nothing is real. Absolutely nothing is real. This is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cool. Okay. Well, I guess with our new setups and whatnot, let's do a podcast. Let's see if our skill as podcasters have deteriorated from being basically a fish out of water.
For fish.
Out of water. Directly out. All right, here we go. This is Pokésports podcast number 93. 93. I'm also going to move my, just thinking about this out loud here, I'm going to move my camera down in between my monitors, I think. That way it'll look more like I'm looking toward the people. Let's see if that actually makes any sense. Okay. 93. Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike, and you know what? I play with as many Pokemon on the field as I'm told to, because I'm a good boy.
I'm Kevin. I am not prepared this week.
That's okay. You know what? I don't think anybody could have been prepared for this week, because this week was just the craziest week. Just the craziest in terms of Pokemon. Just everything was happening everywhere. You look at Sword and Shield, and so much is happening in Sword and Shield. You look at a TCG even. So much happening in TCG right now. Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is just crazy at the moment.
What about Pokemon Sleep? How's that doing?
Pokemon Sleep, that they're sleeping on it. But they're
Oh,
sleeping, they're like extreme sleep. They're like power napping. They're taking a coffee nap. Have you ever had a coffee nap?
coffee nap. No,
Hmm.
usually I wake up.
No. So a coffee nap, when you're like super, super tired, you go like chug some coffee right before you go to bed. And like you'll wake up in about 20 minutes once the caffeine hits, and you'll just be like good to go. Except it's not healthy for you at all.
That sounds so unhealthy. Like
Yeah, it's the worst.
you're playing with your REM cycles there.
Mm-hmm.
You're going from rapid eye movement to rapid eye stasis, like really quickly.
You go rapid eye movement to just rapid movement. Yeah. So I would not recommend recommend coffee naps, but
Hey, Kevin, you
do
know that
look it
thing I
up.
just recommended to you?
Yeah,
I
don't
wouldn't
do
recommend
it.
it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Good to see everybody. Of course, I do say that in jest. Nothing, not much has been happening in Pokemon this week. I think there was like a Evolutions trailer. Have you seen the Evolutions trailer?
No, but I saw people were making a big deal about it.
Yeah, it's like all of the hype people about in Pokemon, like who is, oh my gosh, who was the dude who struck the pose in Sword and Shield? Leon.
Leon, yeah.
Leon. A lot of stuff about him. There was stuff about uh wow, who was the lady who was like getting the bag, Nebby?
Lily
Lily.
and Nebby.
There's some stuff about Lily and Nebby.
I know
Uh
that they were
mhm.
making a big deal because they made the protagonist from Gen 8 person of color. You know what? Good for them, but everyone's sleeping on Brock. Brock was the real protagonist since Generation 1, right?
I guess. I mean, I wonder.
What
So
was
this
that
is why,
frying
but
pan joke? I know you know
I'll use my frying pan as a drying pan. Yeah.
it.
When we inevitably start our Pokemon watch through, uh, calling whatever teams that they're using at the moment competitive or not. You remember that we're gonna do that for sure.
Mike makes way too many promises on this
Over
podcast.
promise and under deliver. That is my mantra. Um, when we inevitably do that, we should also just have an episode completely from the perspective of Brock. Just like, was it a good episode for him though? Did he do what he set out to do? Because they had that sometimes. They had like a good subplot with the other characters. They used to do that at least at the beginning of the episodes. You remember that one where like I feel like Ash split off. I think it was when Brock got the Vulpix, when he went into like this salon and uh interacted with the people there and ended up with a Vulpix out of it.
Sure.
No, we need to watch that episode because it was good
I
because
totally
they separated the characters. They're like Brock has his B plot and Misty has her B plot and Ash has his A plot.
see the issue with me is I was so young when Generation 1 was out.
Mm.
I don't remember. I've watched it all, but I remember I remember the sand shrew getting abused. I
Yeah.
remember the Ho-Oh in the sky a whole generation early. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what else do I remember? The evolution brothers that all had respective hair colors to their evolutions.
Yeah.
Remember those guys? Um, I remember James going to his boarding school. I remember the Poke Flute and the Snorlax and the Hippie from that '70s show that made the appearance on Pokemon. Um,
Really?
well, not really, but it might as well have
Okay. Okay.
been. Those are about. I remember all the traumatizing moments.
Can I tell you how easy this podcast would be to do? All we need to
What?
do just once a week, both of us watch through an episode, we write down notes, done. We talk about it. You kidding me?
This podcast writes itself. We definitely got a lot of episodes to pull from. There's like a billion of them
There's a
out now.
billion of. How many episodes does Pokemon have?
They have Pokemon TV on the Switch now. Is that news? Guys, go check it out.
How many episodes does Pokemon have? 1,125. 1,115.
Just a couple years.
Yeah. We can get 1,000 episodes out of this. Why not?
That's a lot of. I mean, one episode a week. We'll be here all day. We'll be
Huge
here all year.
huge milestone whenever a voice actor changes.
Fair enough.
How many Jameses
I
have
think
we
we
been
talked
through?
about this. Yeah,
We
yeah.
did.
This was a peach. So you guys are
Mhm.
getting a little bit of a freege. Um, we were going through like new Pokemon clips, and we just like realized how much James's voice changed.
Oh yeah,
I think he has 3 voice actors now.
something like that. Yeah,
That's
it's
spicy.
too many.
I don't like it. Of course, you always like the original one because that's what you grew up with.
The original James voice actor wasn't great. The second one was great.
Second one.
The second one was the one that everybody remembers because that was the guy who had the range. Like when he would scream like high pitched, but when he was talking, it was like low and kind of like
My bottle caps.
that. There you go. That's the guy. That's the guy. And
The
I
bottle
need
cap
to
guy?
I need to deviate a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. I'm sorry, everybody, but I've been thinking a lot about Looney Tunes recently.
There's no news this week anyway.
There's
Continue.
a very tiny bit of news, but I was thinking a lot about Looney Tunes this week, and I'm constantly reminded of one Porky Pig. Speaking of voice actors, you know Porky Pig, the guy who has the abadi abadi abadi. That's all, folks. You know.
The like stutter.
Hmm. See, that's the thing. If you think about it enough, it's not a stutter; it's a speech impediment. So when he's saying that's all, folks. He's trying to say the end, but he can't say the end, so he bails and he says another word entirely. And that was
Oh.
Porky Pig's like structure the entire time it was originally being done. It was like,
Also, it's not a stutter. I mean, it's a
yeah,
stutter, but
exactly.
it's
Like
like
I'm
a
I'm
stutter with a
talking
purpose.
exactly like I'm talking into this speaking device.
Got
That
it.
was Porky Pig, and I
So
think that
Porky
is
Pig
just genius.
is just a
Genius
Twitch
voice acting.
streamer.
What?
I
Why?
don't know. They always stumble on words.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
making a general statement here.
true. All right, let's talk a little bit about Pokemon here. Let's like pivot from that and dive so hard into Pokemon that like we just run the rest of the episode with it. We're talking Unite tournaments because this week we have the first official Pokemon Unite online tournament that's been announced in Japan. It's going to be on September 19th, which is cool and that's really good. I'm hoping that that means that we're getting what's the word spectator mode by then. Because if we have spectator mode by then, ooh, that's going to be nice.
Well, you definitely know they're gonna have spectator mode for this, but this is interesting because it's actually being sponsored. This is official, but it's being sponsored by JCG, which I guess is the official. That's the Japanese version of Play Pokemon because Play Pokemon doesn't function out like outside, Western
Right.
regions. Um,
And APAC.
pretty interesting because it's gonna be done through the official Pokemon website. Matches are single elimination with the top 4 to final matches being a best of 3. There's gonna
Mm.
be a maximum of 256 teams. That's how much EVs there are. Almost.
That's how
Um,
data works.
participating and will run standard battle on remote stadium. Okay, so the regular stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you need to be able to write and speak in Japanese and over 16 to enter,
Oh
and under
man.
20s require permission from guardian to enter. Okay, so it's interesting how they're doing this. There's not gonna be any. There's not gonna be any. I guess master, senior, junior. There's like no age division, but
Mm.
like if you're under 20, you need a parent and guardian.
I feel like if I can learn how to read and write and speak Japanese in the next 2 weeks, my parents will let me go to Japan. And I think that's the same for anybody.
I mean, do you actually have to know how to read and write Japanese, or do you only have to know how to read the in-game Japanese stuff? Because
It does
that
fully say you need to be able to write and speak. So,
I mean, only the relevant terms.
right? Who
I need to
needs
know what a goal is.
who
A
needs to know
Zapdos.
anymore, you know? Just say it into Google. Google, what is this rule? Google Lens translate it for me. Easy peasy.
I don't know about this whole single elimination though, because you know how these games can go sometimes, right? Like
Ah,
a dumb Zapdos power play can turn the whole game around. These games are 10 minutes long. I understand why they're single elimination up until the end,
hmm
because there's like 256 teams, so that's that times five amount of players. It's a
yeah.
lot of people. Um, but I'm happy that they're at least making best of three in the final matches. I'm surprised it's only top four and not top 16, because that just seems to make more sense. Like as much best of threes as you can have, the better here. I think with
Yeah.
this kind of format and this kind of game, especially since the games are so short anyway, who cares? Just have three matches.
That's true.
But
How many rounds is that with 256? How does one calculate
it
that?
would divide by two each time, so it'd be two, five,
Or
six
is that, yeah, I guess
divided by
that's true.
two is 128 divided by two. 64 divided by two. 32 divided by two. 16 divided by two is 8 divided by 2 is 4. So there's your top 4. That was what, 16 divisions by 2, I think. I mean, no, not 16, 6. So 6
It
rounds.
looks like it's. I'm sorry to burst your math. I was doing the math there too. It's eight. It's 8 rounds.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll believe
You have
you.
your 256, and you have your 128, then you have your 64, then you have 32. That's 4 so far. Then you have your top 16, then you have your top 8, then you have your top 4, then you have your
Well,
top 2.
okay. Top 4 is different though. Top 4 is best of threes.
Oh.
So technically it's 7.
So there's
We
that
meet
many
in the middle
rounds,
here,
but yeah, okay,
folks.
cool.
Yeah.
So there's 8 rounds, but more games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, I mean that's fun. That's a long
Is this gonna
day.
be
That can
streamed
go
anywhere?
for, you know, a couple hours. But you know what's
Nah.
nice about this though is
I
compare that to like a VGC tournament where your games can go anywhere between like 15 minutes and half an hour, 20 minutes or whatever. Not to mention like setup and all that kind of stuff. Yes, there's a lot of setup in the MOBAs as well, but um, you know, the because the games are so short, it's just like this quick burst of game every single time. So there's going to be a lot of commentating opportunity, uh, as long as they have spectator mode.
Yeah, the thing is with these matches, if they all start at the time they're supposed to start, theoretically they have a time limit, right? They
Yeah.
they should last about 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Give or take 2 minutes for team select and loading times, and that's pretty much it. Each round should last about 12 minutes. The thing with VGC tournaments is that sometimes these best of threes can last 45 minutes to an hour, and then you're all doing it at the exact same time. Everyone has different connection issues. It adds up. Definitely adds up. So I think this can be run more efficiently than a VGC tournament. I take that back immediately after thinking you have to coordinate with 5 other people on your team, but I also take that statement back immediately after, because if you're if you're coming in here with a team and it's going to be online, I'm assuming the team of 5 you have is going to at least be trustworthy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would hope so.
Well, that's the thing is if you look at other MOBAs, what you get in like solo or duo queue is very much different than what you get with teams of 5. The
Mhm.
coordination is just on another level, and there's like a whole competitive 5-person metagame as well. Um, Solo, you just kind of play with what consistently wins, but in fives, like you get strategies that you can play with. And
Oh
so
yeah.
now with this news coming out, we've got up to 256 teams of 5 trying to like coordinate now and go in as 5 and run their favorite strategies. And I think this is going to be one of those tournaments where we start to see a meta actually start to form.
Hmm.
And you're going to see that reflect in the ladder as well, as people are going to start bringing more often the characters that won in Japan, or the characters that did top 4 in Japan.
I'm very interested to see like what Pokemon transition to being a good solo queue Pokemon versus a good team-based Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
because they're very different, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can't just go into solo queue with, a Slowbro and expect to win every match. But Slowbro is like super good in 5v5 situations. You can trust your team to attack the person you're using telepathy on. You can trust the team to go for Zapdos while you're, ulting their target. There's a lot of trust in there. Solo queue, you don't have that because 9 out of 10 times your teammates are trying to do Rotom while Dreadnought's up.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
no, that's true.
what do you? Okay, I guess let's talk real quick about Blastoise first, and then afterwards, I think we should give like a tier list of what we think is going to be very good in the tournament.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
So Mike hasn't been able to play with Blastoise yet. I think Mike hasn't even been able to play with Blissey. Everyone yell at Mike to play Unite because I'm lonely.
That's this week.
Um,
This week.
the Blastoise is actually. See, I was playing with Steve from PKM Cast because Mike doesn't play with me, and we've come to the conclusion that Blastoise is kind of dumb. Like
Mm.
it's pretty good. It's so good that I was just like, you know what? Here's $7, Timmy. Give me a Blastoise. I dropped some money, got the Blastoise, just stuck Buddy Barrier, Focus Band, and Score Shield on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, little did you know, I was still doing like their whole health bar with my ulti and rapid spinning and being unstoppable and avoiding damage and just smacking them with water while I'm spinning around them and scoring goals. It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's really gross. I think definitely it's like it's weird because Blastoise is so tanky but does so much damage with no damage items. That's kind of the problem with defenders right now is that all defenders kind of do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what set is better on him. I definitely know that I don't know what it's called. Water Spout isn't that great. At least in my opinion, it's not that great. You should always go Hydro Pump. But like between Rapid Spin and Surf, it's such a hard decision because Surf. Just imagine like Slowbro Surf times like double the distance. That's how far you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still reason to bring Slowbro, right? Or is it just
I honestly don't think there's a reason to bring Slowbro over
wow?
Blastoise right now. It's a little bit awkward. I mean, the only thing, at least in solo queue, no.
Mm.
Slowbro is not a solo queue Pokemon. Team-based 5v5s, you can make Slowbro work because of that whole team aspect. There's so much trust that comes with Slowbro
Mm-hmm.
that it's hard to justify something that locks them in versus something that can just do damage and be unstoppable, you know? It's really hard to justify Slowbro over even like Snorlax or Crustle, even.
Even Snorlax or Crustle. Wow, that's interesting. And maybe that's why Blastoise wasn't released on release. You know, they gave us Venusaur, they gave us
Yeah.
Charizard, they didn't give us Blastoise. Maybe it's because Blastoise was proving just straight up too overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they had to bring it
That's
down
very
a little bit.
possible.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly see. I'm leaning more towards Rapid Spin just because it's more fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Surf is probably the better move, but Rapid Spin is just so much fun.
The more I'm seeing, because I haven't been playing, but I have been watching a ton of Unite content, and one of the things that I'm starting to notice is that everyone kind of has their own preference as to what skills they go. Yeah, like you can go one skill or the other, but unless you like really know how to play that lesser used skill, you're not going to do very well.
Yeah, I
Um,
know a lot of people said something about me using Air Slash on Cranberry when I was using it, but
mhm,
it's like it gave me so much mobility that
mhm.
I still preferred it over the other one.
It matched your playstyle better,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. For sure. And so I'm excited to try out Blastoise because I don't know if it sounds like Rapid Speed's gonna be my thing. Because for me, just the way that I play MOBAs, just movement speed is everything. If I can get around the field faster and do things in kind of a weird wonky way, um, then I want it.
Yeah, it's like you become unstoppable too, which
Yeah.
is the other irritating thing. There were people I was playing Ninetales one game, right? And they're just like this was day one Blastoise, and these people were already playing Blastoise as like a god up in Master Ball tier. They would time their rapid spin for my frozen auto every time, and then just become unstoppable and spin away when I was chasing them down.
Wow.
And I'm just like, okay, goodbye.
Guess that's not working. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Wow.
hey, and if they had enough they had enough guts. They would just like rapid spin, run back into me, and like every time you're in rapid spin and you auto attack, it shoots like AOE water out, and then if you use hydro pump on top of that, it shoots a bigger AOE water out.
Right.
It's wild.
Right. So what I've done, I've just sent you the entire Unite roster. I'm sure you don't need to have it in front of you to remember it, but just in case. Um, I want you to look through this and tell me 3 Pokemon that you do and 3 Pokemon that you do not see joining in tournament play. Maybe give me some
Oh,
reasons why.
okay. In tournament play.
Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm just looking through this roster, I'm seeing, say, Charizard, and I'm iffy on if we'll see it in tournament play. Because I'm
Okay.
assuming that like whenever I see a good Charizard, that it's going to destroy the entire team. But when I
Mm-hmm.
see a bad Charizard, it is doing nothing.
Okay.
So maybe we would see that one in tournament play because we're assuming that everybody's just good at the game.
Mm-hmm. Right off the back, real quickly, ones that I will say in tournament play.
Hmm.
Okay, let's start with Pokemon that that you would think are good, but I don't think are going to be in tournament.
Okay.
Right away, Pikachu. Don't think so. Pikachu's very one-dimensional, does one thing very good, and that's it. Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
that are one-dimensional don't do well in tournament play. They do well in solo queue because you can, you're more consistent. But in tournament play, you don't want to be consistent. You want to be better. Completely different concept.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cinderace, Greninja will be seen in tournament play because they're too one of a kind. If you're not running one, you're running the other, or you're running both. They both do what they do very well, and they're gonna definitely be there. Uh, Blissey, Wigglytuff, and Aldegoss all gonna be in tournament play. They have to be there.
Of course.
I expect like emphasis on Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is too dumb not to be in tournament
It's
play.
going to say too much about the game itself if the end of the tournament has no supporters. Like,
They have to. They
yeah.
have to be there. Yeah. Um,
Somebody from
Snorlax for sure.
somebody from JCG will pull them aside and slap them around the face, be like, "You can't ruin our game like this. You can't ruin the game. You got to bring a supporter."
No, supporters is so important.
Yeah.
It goes back to the solo queue mentality. Like, you can't carry a game as an Eldegoss, but I mean, maybe you can, but that's like one every 20 games or something.
No.
But every carry Pokemon needs an Eldegoss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a give and take. It's 50-50. You can't have one without the other. You need it. Um, some Pokemon that I think also Snorlax. Snorlax is still too good. I don't know about Blastoise. It might be too soon to say something about Blastoise, but Snorlax is definitely going to be in there. Pokemon that I think aren't that good in solo queue that I think will be good in tournament play. Number one is Gardevoir for me.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say Gardevoir is because Gardevoir requires late game and requires your support to feed you minions. You have to have a support that gives you the last hits so that you can get to 6 faster and you can be useful. Gardevoir is like the definition of late game carry.
Mm-hmm.
But with team coordination, you should be able to keep that Gardevoir alive and like funnel resources into it to get it ahead as quick as possible.
Right. So you like
You can't
absolutely
do that in
need
solo queue.
you absolutely need a supporter to be playing with the
Oh yeah.
Gardevoir. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you've
Mhm.
ever played Ralts in solo queue, you know my pain.
I'm
Um,
I'm I'm not super hot on Absol coming into tournaments.
I don't think so.
It's one of
It
those one
does
notes.
very well, but
Yeah.
assassins are just notoriously not good in tournament settings because they're too show offy, right?
Yeah.
It's like
So I mean, what it's going to be an interesting tournament because yes, we're probably going to see mostly a handful of Pokemon, but in the cases that we don't, it's going to be like such an interesting way of seeing how they play, how the Japanese players play. Like if we see Absol ending up in top 4, that's going to be huge. If we see all Absols ending up in top 4, then we're going to be wrong, but that's also going to be huge.
we've been wrong before, yeah. I think Alola Ninetales is another big one that it does its job very well. It's going to be in tournament play.
Yeah.
And last one is maybe it might be a stretch,
Mm.
but I think Garchomp is going to be seen in tournament play because
Mhm.
it has the same instance as Gardevoir, where it's like garbage early but very disgustingly strong late game. And what a lot of people in solo queue have been doing
Mhm.
is actually funneling their Garchomps as the split pushers to get the Rotom while the rest of the team is at the Dreadnought, and have the Garchomp get solo experience for that whole time to get to like late game faster.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna see a lot of Pokemon that have crowd control. We're gonna see a lot of Pokemon
Mhm.
that can zone really well. So like you said, Alolan Ninetales putting up Alolan Ninetales does both, but setting up that wall, huge, especially when in coordinated play. Mr. Mime, same kind of thing. Wigglytuff, same kind of thing. Just anybody that sets up a wall, anybody that can knock up or knock back or do anything like that. We're going to see a lot of interesting plays like that. I think Crustle, we're probably going to see quite a bit on the defender side. Crustle and Snorlax. So I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting.
It all depends on the team's playstyle too, because
Mhm.
some teams will focus so hard on Zapdos, focus so hard on team fights, while the other team just like we will score shield, score, and then win like that. You know, uh, there's two ways to play. Everyone will have focus ban. Everyone will have buddy barrier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I promise. I'm surprised they didn't patch the game when they released the Blastoise. They're just bug fixes. That's it.
Nope, they're not ready for that yet. But that's
It's
gonna
not
be. I'm interested to see Mamoswine come in. I'm interested to see. Uh, who is the other
Sylveon.
Pokemon? Sylveon. That's
Sylveon.
right.
That's gonna be the other attacker. We haven't had a new attacker
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Mm-hmm.
They just gave us a healer and oh no, I guess we got Gardevoir. That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Got Gardevoir like almost immediately.
See, but that's. I mean, bringing it back to spectator mode a little bit, and how they kind of teased us with it for a couple days and then took it away. I mean, clearly they did that with tournament play in mind. Clearly that they're going to implement it before tournaments get into full swing. I don't know if they'll do it for this one. Would be nice if they did it for this one, but maybe not. Um, I think that like that I'm a little upset that we don't still have it because it feels like they're going to do the first big couple releases of it in showcases and tournaments. I don't know if I like that. I would kind of have liked to see content creators and streamers and people like kind of figure it out now while it's still in development so that when
Mm-hmm.
tournaments do come up, like this one coming up, uh, the commentators are ready for it. The commentators know how to use it. They know how to talk. They know how to go and view different parts of the map. You know, these people are going to be kind of inexperienced when they go and commentate over it, if they're doing that at all.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I hope there's commentary. I won't understand any of it because it's in Japanese,
Sure.
but I still want to be there. Um, the thing is, see, what we need now is we have like thousands of people that listen to this podcast. I know some of you are from Play Pokemon. Start this up, man.
Do
Start
it.
doing this. Don't let the Japanese be first. Come on.
Or just let us all be first. Come on. Just give it to us now. We're fine. We can do
Why
it.
do they get all the cool stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We're still here playing Series 10. It's a dead meta. Just kidding.
But
Series
that's the
10's
thing,
actually
right?
very
Like
fun. I'm sorry, guys.
that's how we Pokésports get into Unite commentary is by them releasing spectator modes, by us going into these top tier games and talking over them. Like right now, we're probably just gonna have to look at the actual feed for Japan and commentate over that if we're gonna do anything like that. We should do that.
Why not?
We should. We're just
We'll
gonna
translate it
restream it.
very indirectly, but we'll translate. We're gonna say none of the same words, but
No, none of them.
it will be translated somehow.
Mm-hmm. All right. And with that, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will have more Pokesports. That's just how it's going to go today. We'll see you then. All right. And welcome to the break, the Frege. Dustin A says, I'll have to check this game out. It sounds fun. Yeah.
Dustin, where you been, man?
Heard of it.
Come on, let's play right now. Let's go, Dustin.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Can't queue with me. No
it's
one can
fine.
queue with me.
Just I realized that we can just start up accounts in like our other Switch accounts. Easy.
Do we
It's a free
need
game.
another email?
No, you can register a second. You might have to actually.
Ooh,
Can't use like your girlfriend's.
but then she can't play.
I'm sorry, is she playing?
No.
So my God.
No.
Canadian Gary Oak dropping in right quick to say hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Lupus
This
for
is the
when you see
Freeze.
this. Yeah. Lupus for when you see this later. Hello. Good
Lupus,
to see
you're
you.
fired.
Oh.
Lupus, I'll have you know that the Discord chat constantly fights over who's the second best mod because they've already determined you're number one. So it's currently between Tofu and Angelus, who's number two. They're fighting it out though.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually hilarious. There's Team Tofu and Team Pierre
Oh my
in
gosh.
the disc. I think if you scroll through some names, they'll
Mhm.
even have it in their like titles.
I have seen that. Yeah. Wow. That's something. What team are you on, Kevin? Pick a favorite.
Oh, definitely not Tofu. He doesn't even play with me.
That's fair.
I could say that too because he won't watch this.
Oh no. I mean, he will now. People are going to timestamp this. Wilbur Stanley Pinar says, "Welcome from South Africa. Watching from South. Yeah, wow, can't read today. Watching from South Africa. Really love the podcasts. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you.
What
Thank you
time
so
is
much.
it in South Africa? Go to bed.
Uh oh.
Wilbur, it's 4 a.m.
Wow.
JK, thanks for stopping by.
Can't sleep, my friend. Just can't sleep today.
Someone get Wilbur a coffee. He needs it.
John Sapienza says, "Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up to you?
Yo.
Good to see you." And then Gerson Stanley, at a point before the podcast even started, said, "So, have you ever eat lunch at 3:47 p.m.?" I assume that
I'm
the
usually out of
time.
work.
I assume that the time for him was 3:47 p.m. because it was probably around 8:47 p.m. here.
So he's in the past. What time? What time? It's Hawaii?
What time is 3 hour? What place is
Yeah,
5
he's in
hours
Hawaii.
behind? Really?
I think so. 3:42 right now in Hawaii.
It would have been 1 extra hour back.
You in the middle of the ocean, man? Where are you?
That's it. That's it. Oh, Wilbur starts work early.
Oh,
Wilbur
fair
starts
enough.
work early. How do you join Team Tofu?
How do you join Team Tofu?
I'm sure he's taking applications.
Yeah, I don't think there's like many qualifications for Team Tofu.
I ordered bubble tea today.
What flavor?
Strawberry slush. But on Uber Eats, they have like selectors for what percentage of sugar you want because it's
Really?
all like anyway.
Okay.
And so I selected 50% because I'm like, whatever, it's naturally sweet anyway. I don't need extra sugar. On the actual thing, I want to cover up the incriminating stuff. It says 0 or 100% sugar for this drink. And so my thing is, why give me the option? Why even have the option? You just get all or nothing with this one.
This can either be literally a cup of sugar or no sugar.
But that makes no sense. It's like
hilarious.
just cut it in half. Whatever you're about to put in 100% of, just put in 50% of it.
I've never seen a bubble tea cup that wasn't transparent.
Yeah, this one I'm not used to this either.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is Uber Eats ridiculously expensive around you? Because it's starting to get very expensive around me, and I don't like it.
No, I think you're just talking about cost of living and food.
Also fair.
What's expensive? The delivery fee?
Well, no, not the delivery fee, just like the food. I feel like I can go to Sonic and get a whole meal for $10, then I go on Uber Eats and I order. It's like 18, and I'm just like, why?
Oh.
What do they do differently?
Well, because yeah, by the end of it, they're adding on like delivery fees and driver fees and whatever, and you can circumvent some of that by getting like a pass, like I think it's called an Eats Pass, where it's like $15, but then you don't pay delivery fees.
Is it $15 a year?
No, a month, dude. No, they're
I would
gouging you
probably still.
absolutely.
I would probably still end up saving money though.
That's
To
the
be honest,
thing is
yeah.
because
The more I think about it,
I
yeah.
order so much, it actually it pays for itself. But uh, it's a whole world we live in right now, man. Always better to just go and pick it up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go outside, touch some grace.
touch grass. Although,
I
who are you kidding?
You know
You're
how our
on the road the
Discord
whole
has
time.
that ranking thing?
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
our Discord has that ranking thing. People still use that apparently. Um, I checked today,
Uh huh.
and I used to be rank number 2. I'm currently rank number 14. So many people
Honestly,
passed me.
though, I'm a little surprised.
Why? I type.
I know, but like, definitely not as much as some people in the chat.
Oh no, not at all.
So I'm
Not in the
surprised that
slightest.
you've managed to maintain at least top 20.
You should just call everybody. Just
Just do
reset them.
a full reset.
You would probably break somebody's heart.
Uh,
Tofu is level 63. Yikes. Okay,
and
that's the one good thing
is
Tofu does is speak on this. That's his
don't
job
say
as
that's
mod.
the one good thing. Is he like top 5?
He's number 1.
He's number 1. Okay.
Yeah. He has number 1 with 25.7k messages.
Wow.
Number 2 is Captain, 13.9. Tofu
Wait,
has
whoa, whoa,
almost
whoa.
double
Okay,
Captain.
hold on. So he is
Here, I'll show you the
first.
leaderboard.
First 2 is him and Captain, but
Yeah.
Tofu has double almost
Yeah.
Captain's messages.
Then Mocha's number 3, followed by Spec and then Tanner. Respect to Pierre for holding in his top 10 spot. Me and you are actually very neck and neck. Yeah, you're
That's
number 15, I'm number 14.
wow. Okay. Okay. Very
At least
cool.
people talk more than us. That's good. If the two listen, guys,
Mm.
if the 2 creators of the Discord spoke the most in the Discord, then it's an unsuccessful Discord,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then we're carrying it. We don't want to carry it. We
I don't
want
want to
you
carry
guys
the
to carry
Discord.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
it's supposed to be a community channel, so
Not a Kevin and Mike speak
not a
back and
Kevin
forth
and Mike.
channel.
Exactly. That's this. That is currently
That is
what
what
we
a
are doing.
podcast is.
Yeah. All right.
Dustin, DoorDash always cost me 25 plus. Gross.
Well, I mean, me too, but I'm usually ordering for not just me, not just Mike.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the podcast. And we're back. Welcome back to Pokésports, everybody. We were talking about Unite. Let's talk a little bit about VGC. Kevin, it's a new month. Do new months matter anymore?
No.
Just blanket statement.
New months don't matter. They used to matter. There used to be some random Pokemon that popped out of nowhere. There are a couple of, sneak peeks that weren't here last month, I think.
Mhm.
Or at least they weren't that meaningful to me last month, which are kind of interesting. But yeah, typically the top 5 is going to remain the top 5. What I wanted to point out immediately, though, is that Mike's Among Us factor is not holding up this time.
What do you mean? It's
People
top
aren't letting go of
5.
it.
It is.
People aren't
top
letting go.
Yeah, I guess.
Mike always said the Among Us will go down. People, Among Us is still here.
Among Us is still here. What was Among Us last month is my question. That's very hard to tell now because Series 10 is here for a while.
Yeah. No, we can't. We won't know.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. But like first, well, actually, hold on. This was the first month of Series 10, was it not? August?
Yes, but
Yeah.
Pikalytics was already using Showdown stats.
Yeah. But hey, we're using
I
last
guess we
month's
can look at
stats.
console. We can look at console usage to look at this month's stats.
Yeah. But that
Not
was
this one, last month. Okay.
okay. Well,
I feel
wow. On console, Amoongus is number 11.
big difference.
Yeah.
Mungus must be really hard to get or something.
Harder to get than Zacian and Calyrex Shadow. That's funny. I mean, yeah, in Series 10 Battle Stadium doubles, it's fairly consistent, except for the Entei sitting at number 5 right now.
I don't know. Entei, I guess, is like really strong. It's weird because
Yeah.
Entei, I don't know. Entei's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are using it on Sun teams because it has access to like Sacred Fire, which is really good.
Yeah.
Base 100 is a really good speed for this generation because a lot of things are like kind of mid tier. It's a nice wall to Zacian. It's a nice wall to Rillaboom. You can't fake it out. You can't Grassy Glide. You can't really do much to it. So I get why Entei is good, but like 15% usage? Wow.
See, they're using it because they're using it with Choice Scarf right now. So they're just slapping on Sacred Fire. They're slapping on Adamant, max attack. Your Entei has base 115, so it's hitting them with a Sacred Fire at like the most aggressive possible way that they could do it, minus like a choice specs. And they're just, burning through so very quickly. That's basically an Oko for even things that are normally effective to Sacred Fire.
Until you miss.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I mean, nothing is too out of the ordinary that I'm looking at right now, but look, I was looking at the meta report, and here's some Pokemon that are just kind of dumb. You know, a Pokemon is dumb when its usage is very high and when its win rate is above 50%. Because that means that like you don't need a brain to use this Pokemon. You kind of just win with it.
Yeah.
Right now, the Pokemon that we're seeing with those two statistics are Urshifu, 28% usage, 53.5% win rate. Wild. And Among Us, 16% usage, 52% win rate. And then Stacka. I said that on purpose. 16.5% usage, 54.1% win rate.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird to me because Stakataka, I always looked at Stakataka as like the Pokemon where you run this to counter Zacian.
Right.
But people are kind of using this as you run this to counter Zacian and also sweep in Trick Room. Because Stakataka's percent usage is 21.09%, and I said Zacian, I meant Xerneas. And Xerneas is only 14.45. So more often than not, you're bringing Stakataka, and Xerneas isn't even there.
Right. Huh. I'm looking on Babiri right now, looking at the top teams like we did last week. And oh boy, we've got some interesting ones this week. We've got Pelipper back, Kevin. Pelipper's here.
Oh, I actually know why Pelipper's there.
Tell me why Pelipper's there.
Pelipper helps Zacian so much in dealing with Groudon. Zacian's biggest enemy is Groudon. I felt that when I was playing in the JoJo X9 tournament. Yeah, I was running Zacian and I had no way to stop Sun, so Pelipper just kind of allows you to do that. And just like make Groudon step back a little bit. You can't just come in, Precipice Blades everything, and win the game because you kind of have to worry about things like Intimidate Spam from Melandris, which is also on this team, things like Grassy Glide from the Rillaboom, which is also on this team, and then Pelipper changing the weather is just icing on the cake.
Right.
Rillaboom surpassing Incineroar on Babiri, though, is super interesting. Rillaboom on more than half of the teams.
Yeah, wow. Usage 51% on Rillaboom, 48% on Incineroar.
This is the one good this is one thing we got right on this podcast, was Rillaboom being dumb. We said this day one.
Yeah. It's very true. Yeah. Right when we learned about grassy terrain, we were like, oh no, it's
oh
over.
Yeah. I think even when we learned about their stats, like we looked at Rillaboom and we're like, yeah, this thing's dumb.
Yeah.
High HP, high defense, high special defense, high attack. Okay. That's all you need. You have high everything. Congratulations, Rillaboom.
Exactly.
If you guys, this is a public service announcement. If you guys are running Chansey and Shuckle on the ladder,
Stop. Just stop it. If you're
I
running them
recommend
both
that
at
you
the same time,
just eat your Switch cartridge,
yeah,
please.
doesn't taste very good. But you know what? You're gonna have to do it. He's saying this because number 6 on babiri.net right now with a ranking of 1818. It comes from this guy or this person who is running an Indeedee Hatterene combo. We remember that from earlier series. Followed by a Chansey and a Shuckle, thank you, and a Meow Stick, okay, into a Calyrex Ice. And I think that one's just the funny one on this team for me, because it's just like big, like ice hoof, like scary guy just going down the field, and then 3 of like these super defensive, super like,
Pinkums.
well, yeah.
3 Pinkums.
Did you say Pinkums?
Yeah, just the pink
Yeah,
Pokemon.
it's just
Pinkums.
Yeah.
Number
Calyrex and
90
the
spot.
Pinkums.
Oh goodness, they have Chansey and Blissey on the
Why
same
are there
team.
so many Shedinjas on ladder right now?
It's actually pretty decent, because if you know how to play Shedinja right, you can do something with it. There's some Pokemon I know how to play, and some Pokemon I really don't know how to play. I'm convinced that after this week of recording battles, and you guys haven't seen this team yet, I am a very bad Calyrex Shadow player.
Oh.
The reason for that is I feel like Calyrex Shadow, just like everything in its mother, has a dark move on. I was getting hit by the dumbest stuff. Like, you look at a Serena, do you think I'm in danger as a Calyrex Shadow?
No.
Until the Serena whips out a Pursuit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's just like the dumbest things. Like, what was the other one? That's like a Gardevoir, right? I was against the Gardevoir. Gardevoir Shadow sneaks me. People are just carrying dark and ghost moves just so there's counters to Calyrex Shadow. How do you guys play this Pokemon? It's impossible.
Because it yeah, is it frail? I was about to say because it's so frail, but I don't actually know.
It's not frail. Its typing is just garbage. It has 2 4x weaknesses.
Right. Well, yes.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not frail, but it will go down if you get hit by those.
60 base defense. I mean, it's surprising to me that it'll go down to a physical move from a Gardevoir, but
It wasn't all the way down. I was already like low. I just didn't expect Gardevoir
sure.
to have a priority ghost move, you know?
And I think that's the point. Is people think that it's not going to be.
Also, Feint is really good, and everyone has Feint on me and Shao. That made me a little bit sad this week.
See, the lack of Dynamax brings VGC back to a time that I'm not familiar with, where there were strategies that people had, say protecting and fainting. That was a strategy before Sword and Shield. And I didn't use that because everyone I was playing singles at the time.
Yeah, you don't need Feint in singles.
No,
like,
no.
I think Feint does like a lot of things. It's not just protect. Feint only hits if the target used protect or detect the same term. It also cancels protect or detect for the remainder of the turn. Oh, never mind. It's just protect.
It's just the thing. Okay.
I thought it was more. I don't know why.
That'd be interesting if it. Well, I was gonna say if it canceled like Quick Guard, but there's no way that Feint is Feint doesn't have priority, does it?
It has +2 priority.
It has +2
ally switch.
What?
Yeah.
So that's incredible. So if you were able to use it on Quick Guard Pokemon, Quick Guarded, that still blocks it.
Let's see what priority Quick Guard has. Yeah, Quick Guard would block it. Yeah.
Quick Guard will block it, so it doesn't. It doesn't break
priority
it.
+3. Yeah.
So it doesn't break it. That's
the Quick Guard has to go first. If you're a prankster Feint that's faster than the Quick Guard user, technically,
no.
Feint won't get protected.
Hold on.
No, never mind. Not prankster.
No, this is a thing. This is a thing.
What is?
Quick Guard. Feint and Shadow Force lift the effect of Quick Guard from the opponent's team when successfully used on an opponent. And Feint hits despite being an increased priority move. When used on an
Oh,
ally, Feint is blocked by Quick Guard.
oh, okay. So this is
Hmm.
a thing that people tested. Got it.
Yes. So I guess that was just a like the straight up the description, the assumed description. But yeah,
Hmm.
like Quick Guard is a thing that people are actually using now. So going for Feint on a Quick Guard Pokemon does break it not for just the one, but for both.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Serena's also really good Pokemon right now, just because Fake Out's really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Serena and Kyogre are best friends. It's pretty much just whatever protects Kyogre from a Rillaboom. You throw a Serena in, there's nothing a Rillaboom can do to you.
Sure. Sure.
We're seeing a little bit of a resurgence of like, oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Shedinja. Shedinja's really good because if you
Yep.
play Shedinja correctly, and you save it for like the last mon,
Mm-hmm.
and you constantly focus down Pokemon that you know have weaknesses to Shedinja, you can literally style on your opponent by leaving them with just Pokemon that can't hit Shedinja, and then just be like, here you go. Do something. Do something to this. And they're just like, I can't. I'm a Zapdos. What can I do?
Yeah, really.
Um, guess they can go for Hurricane or Heat Wave. But you know what I mean. You get the point.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, I want to end the podcast by talking about something from somebody who pops into our channel quite often, the Revheads. The Revheads dropped a tweet a couple days ago, and it reads, "Hey guys, it's Revheads from YouTube. Just a quick question. There's a new online comp for singles, and it's just legends and mythicals. Since Mike usually plays with one Pokemon on the field, what team would you recommend? I wanted to build a Renzation." So that first off, Revheads, thank you very much for sending that tweet. You're
That's
right
such a
to
good
have sent
question.
it. Yeah, there's, and I remember this tournament that's coming up. We talked about it a little bit last week. Um, the the thing about it though is that it's got its own meta. You know, like Zacian's really good because the typing is really good. So I would assume that Zacian is like one of the top Pokemon to use. But also Zacian is one of the top Pokemon right now because there's so many other high meta Pokemon that Zacian just breaks. But most of them are gone in this Legends and Mythical only tournament. So let's look into it.
So when they say legends,
Mm-hmm.
they mean restricteds and sub legends, like Reiku, Entei, Latias,
Yes.
the Ultra Beasts. That's
No,
all
no, no, no,
included.
no, 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 no. Not Pokemon like Riku. I don't think. Um, not considered
So that would
legendary.
make a really big difference if that's the case, because then you would be able to use Urshifu in this, and that'd be like easy peasy. I would definitely just bring Urshifu and just keep wicked blowing things.
Yeah, really. That's
um,
there's got to be a list of usable Pokemon. I'm just scrolling through right now. Yeah, Mythical Melee is the name of the tournament. Mythical Melee Pokemon. Let's see which Pokemon are allowed for it. Ah, we've
Also,
got it.
forgot to mention this, but Pokemon Unite also added a new reward for 7,500,000, and it was like 1,000 tickets. So go do that too.
How
I want
high up are
tickets.
we right now?
I have no idea.
Wow. If they're adding 7 million, then by the way, no, you were
uh
right.
oh,
Riku, Entei,
okay.
Suicune are
We
allowed. Mhm.
we already got the Pikachu skin,
Amazing.
so we already got the 5 million. So they added more,
Oh my gosh.
7.5. Yeah, big game. Okay, so they are in it. All right, so
So
that
they
makes
are
a
in
big
it.
difference.
The Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and the Galarian forms of them as well. All of the Reggies, all of the Lake Trio, Heatran, Cresselia, Cobalion, that trio, the the Genies, the Type Null is for some reason in there. Type Null and Silvally.
Guess it's
Uh,
a legend.
yeah, kind of. All of the Tapus, all of the Ultra Beasts. Uh,
You got Arceus too.
yeah,
Arceus isn't that good, but you got him. Okay, let me look at Zarude. I don't remember if Zarude is good. I'm pretty sure me and Mike came to the consensus that it's kind of bad.
it's not like super fantastic.
Okay, I wouldn't do Zarude. Melmetal. Oh, but you already have
Station.
you Yeah, you already have Zacian, so why would you use Melmetal?
Yeah, the sad thing is that there's like a huge amount of steel Pokemon among the legendaries and mythicals. So if you bring one, I wouldn't really suggest bringing more than one, especially
Yeah.
not for singles. You're just gonna get swept by like Ho-Oh and Tay, that kind of thing. Um, I don't. So I mean, to that point, you might want to consider a fighting Pokemon like Galarian Zapdos or Buzzwole. Uh, would be something that deals with a lot of these psychic types really well as the Urshifus could bring that as your fighting type. I think the way that you structure building for the mythical and legendary is basically the same way that you would structure setting up for any other Pokemon battle, any other singles battle. You look at your typings, you try and create like some list of Pokemon that covers most of your type coverages. Um, so although the types may or may not overlap, it's really the moves once you get down to it that will really count for that. Like you could bring in a say, I'm just looking here off the top of my head, we've got like Cobalion, where you could just bring like the stab moves as well as the coverage move, and that coverage move is what makes it so you don't need to bring another Pokemon that would normally cover that. That's a roundabout way of saying just cover your bases.
Okay. I got like a core in my brain.
Okay, this is
Let's do the
singles.
Zacian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's cores like for
Cores are,
solutions and
yeah,
stuff.
they
Yeah.
exist. I'm just reminding. Yeah, go ahead.
So we can do Zacian. I would do Zacian Reshiram. And then you need something that floats. And then that would give you a nice dragon steel fairy kind of thing going.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do Zacian Reshiram, maybe a Calyrex Urshifu. We still need something that floats.
Mm-hmm. Another method you could do is just look at uh, Uber's usage stats right
That
now.
also works, yeah.
Uh,
And then just trying to find the replacements.
Yveltal's crazy good. So continue to use Yveltal. Knock
Yeah, that could
off
be your floaty.
Roost, knock off Roost, Sucker Punch, Defog, easy peasy. Um, Necrozma Duskmane or Calyrex Shadow, Kyogre, Xerneas. Marshadow is even really, really good, and that's something that a lot of VGC players don't know, is that Marshadow is just so good. 125 base attack, 125 base speed. Shadow Sneak close combat. Spectral Thief is huge, especially with any teams that like to set up like a Xerneas. Go for the Spectral Thief
Mm,
on the Geomancy Xerneas. Now you're unkillable.
you take the +1s from the Zacians too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
fancy.
Absolutely. So
It,
really, really consider Marshadow, I think.
they should just open up the decks to mythicals already, please.
It would be such an interesting VGC season.
I can't wait to use Darkrai in VGC again.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Dark Void, Dark Void, Dark Void. Have a nice day. Dark Void, Dark Void. Wise glasses, Dark Void, or like wide lens, Dark Void, Dark Void.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Oh, that's fun. All right. Continue your trek down the mythical melee path. I wish you all the luck, and please do let me know what you end up doing, how you end up doing. Uh, I'm excited
Volcanian's
for it.
bad, right?
What's that?
Volcanian's bad, right?
No, actually,
Those kind of
surprisingly,
mixed attackery.
yeah, yeah. Volcanion, it's got like good what's the word, coverage. You're using
Mhm.
like steam eruption, flamethrower, scorching sands, and then kind of a filler move, maybe a flash cannon, maybe an earth power or rest. Um, but it does really good because again it's against all these steel Pokemon. So really any kind of special fire Pokemon is going to do really well. And Volcanion has really high special attack.
There.
Mhm. All right. Well, with that, that's going to be the end of our podcast today. Thank you so much for watching. Before we go, Kevin,
Hello.
Mr. John 0104 says Trico or Torchic?
Trico or Torchic? Are you asking which one I chose or which one is better?
Not let's not put them in a fight against each other. Let's just say who is your best, who's your boy?
Trico's my boy. That's
Oh.
who I chose originally. I don't know. I don't do this on purpose, but I typically lean towards grass type starters when I play the games. I don't know why. I played red and blue. I chose Bulbasaur. I didn't choose Chikorita. I chose for Alligator. Gen 3, I chose Trico. Gen 4, I chose Turtwig. Gen 5, I chose Snivy. Gen 6, I didn't choose Chespin, I chose Greninja. But
Well,
you see what I mean? It's like mostly like Gen 8, I chose Rillaboom.
yeah.
I'm probably gonna choose Rowlet for
Legends.
Pokemon Legends.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
pretty sure
get
I
it.
chose Rowlet for Gen 7.
Totally.
Yeah.
I get it. Like for Gen 1 anyway, in your to your credit, Bulbasaur is the starter which makes the game easiest for you. Because as you go through the gyms, which are your benchmarks on how good you are, you got Brock, who Bulbasaur smashes. You got Misty, who Bulbasaur smashes. You got Lieutenant Surge, who Bulbasaur doesn't smash, but
Resist. Doesn't
resists
care.
and, isn't going down like Squirtle would.
Erica, you have
Erica,
Sludge.
you got poison
Yeah,
by then.
poison moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got poison by then.
What's next? Koga or Sabrina?
Koga and
Sabrina will
Sabrina
smack
have a
you.
little bit of tough. Yeah, you have a little
Sabrina's
bit
gonna
of a tough
smack
time
you.
there. Yeah.
Koga's
Um,
okay. You're at least neutral
but that's
to
the
it.
thing. Like from gym 1 to 4, you can go through that whole thing with just Bulbasaur and
You
be
even
fine.
smacked Giovanni too.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
the
Bring him
only one you
back.
really care about is Cinnabar Island, but by that time you had like 17 different chances to get
You've
type. So if
had
you
to
don't have one by
cross
then,
the entire sea to get to Cinnabar Island. If you don't have a way to get to get that gone, then you did something
go get
wrong.
a Tentacool.
Yeah,
Win the game.
go and win like that. Yeah,
There's
you
plenty
go
of them.
with what's his name, Squirtle, and you're smacked by the third one. Lieutenant Surge just bazap gone. You better get a Diglett out of Diglett Cave.
The hardest one is technically Charmander, I think, right? Because you have to do the first two with a fire
Yeah,
type.
if you pick Charmander, you're playing the game on hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
For a kid's game, hard mode isn't. I
See,
don't
now
need
they
to
just do
flex.
water,
I don't need
grass,
to flex
fire
that.
for the first three gyms, so it's like, there's no hard. It's equally as challenging because the first three gyms are gonna have one that you're bad against.
I want to see them. I want to see them do something like completely different now. I want to see them like start with a fairy gym.
I want them to do what Insurgents did and have a gym theme, like a volcano gym. You have water and fire types because you need those two things for volcanoes.
Mixed element gyms would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Like I don't know, a futuristic or like an industrial age gym. You have rock and steel types, things like that. Like a construction site gym, things like that would be fun.
They've had both of those things, just they didn't mix the elements. They had
Yeah,
the rock and roll gym with Marnie's brother.
but they were all the same elements, right?
I know.
Types.
They were just dark, right? But that could have been dark and like rock, and that would have been so cool. But whatever, maybe next time. Anyway, that's going to be the end of our podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in today. As always, we've got some cool things on the horizon. I'm not going to overpromise and underdeliver, but we do have some new merch on the way, as well as some work on the website, which you'll be able to see very, very soon. That will be at Pokésports.org, so definitely go and check those out. Please go and check us out on Twitter at twitter.com at Pokésportspod or on Instagram at Pokésportspodcast. Check us out on Patreon as well. There will be a post dropping today about this month's Peach. We are going to be having that as usual.
He means Liege.
Liege, excuse me, as well as Peach later. But yeah. Yeah, the league will be starting up very soon. I'm going to be posting signups for that today, so go and check that out. I want to give a big patron shout out to our patrons on patreon.com/Pokesports podcast, such as Matthew H, Corey, Carlo H, Scott D, Joseph G, King Boo, Martine, Ahmed, Greg T, Lewis J, Make It Totter, Ryan G, Ryan L. I want to give a big Ryan W. Excuse me, why I don't know why I said L. I want to give a big shout out as well to our mods up here, Mod Tofu, Mod Lupus. You guys help so much in so many ways, and we love you for it. Cool, Kevin. What you got going on this week?
Interior crocodile alligator.
You're doing more interior stuff. Got it.
Theater. Yeah, a lot of YouTube stuff. Go check it out. We got new camera, new things. We got a screen behind me. It's a good
stuff
time
that's
over
like
there.
fun for you. Like that,
Yeah.
I think that's cool. It's like you get to see Kevin.
I mean,
experiencing something new. Yeah.
I don't have to cover half the screen anymore with the face cam. I just cover my moves instead.
There you go. All right, so we will see you in the next one. Big shout out to everybody who joined us today, Sunday, September 5th, when we recorded this at 9 p.m. at youtube.com/Pokesports. We'll see you